All right, so doing another spooky season video, and this is going to be my top 10 favorite horror franchises. Now, that's a pretty broad explanation because horror movie franchises are a very wide and broad definition. Basically, I'm going to talk about my 10 favorite horror movie franchises that I keep coming back to no matter what. Not movie franchises, or Godzilla would be here, so don't ask. So, yeah, Godzilla's not here because he's not really horror. I mean, he's horror adjacent sometimes, but not horror all the time. But I digress. So for horror movie franchise, it's the movies on a whole and the brand itself that I keep coming back to on a whole. So, yeah. It's like a franchise that I enjoy or have come to enjoy, and yeah. Also, I'm going to be combining two things into one because it's kind of one universe, and another franchise on a whole that's a bunch of different movies altogether. But yeah, as always, if you think a movie should be higher or lower on this list or not on this list at all, that's totally fine. I got no problem with you. This is just my personal opinion, and I'm always excited to hear what your favorite horror movie franchises are and where they rank for you. So let's get started at number 10 with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. Reason why it's kind of low on this list, but I still have it, is because, well, there's really only two movies I like from that franchise. Even though I did a ranking not too long ago, for the most part, it's really only the first and second Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies that I've really come to enjoy and love. There's really not much else for it other than those two films, if I'm being honest. But still, I think the premise is really cool. It's always cool to see Leatherface, and I'm hoping we get a good Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel soon, because that 2022 one was just not cutting it. No pun intended. So yeah. But Leatherface and the family are really cool. I will also say that the other one I do like are the remake, and it's the prequel to the remake. So it's 4 films out of the franchise. But if you were to ask me like which ones I'll really go after to watch, it's basically the original Tobe Hooper film and part 2. Anyway, so let's move on. And yes, I am looking on my phone because I have the list there. So because I'd forget. Number 9, Child's Play. I really adore Chucky as a whole. It's just, it's like Freddy. Like, he gets to make all these, like, fun fuck you jokes to everyone and just has a lot of fun. And just, I love when killers are fun. I like when killers are fun, and Chucky's shooting off one-liners, and Brad Dourif is such a good character actor. And that movie can't, this movie franchise doesn't work without Brad Dourif. Looking at you, remake, no disrespect to Mark Hamill. But yeah. There's a lot of movies I really enjoy in this franchise. Obviously, my favorite I've talked about before is Bride of Chucky, but I will go back and watch others outside of give or take a few. Even like Seed of Chucky, I have an appreciation for, despite how ridiculously awful it is as a film. I think it's starting to fall in for me as so bad it's good, but still. So yeah, Child's Play, I really enjoy it. So. Yeah. At number 8 is a franchise that I've slowly become to love. This is a franchise I've slowly come to love and realize that, yeah, I do like it. And that is the Scream franchise. I really have been enjoying... I think because here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of, when deconstruction. I'm not a big fan of it because it's basically just saying, aren't you stupid for liking this? That's why I fucking hate Rick and Morty. Because it's like, oh, you like this thing? We're going to parody it and make you feel stupid for liking it. Go fuck yourself. We're smart because we think you're smarter than you. Go fucking die. That's what it feels like in every writing for Rick and Morty. But then that was my kind of aversion to Scream, because I was just like, it's just deconstructing horror. That's really what it comes down to, is this deconstruction of horror as a whole. But here, it's different. Like, here, it's genuinely different. I really enjoy having this as a franchise. I really do enjoy... I've come to like it. I think what really sparked it was when Scream 5 came out. And that kind of made me go, you know what? Maybe the films aren't that bad. Because I always, Ghostface is always a striking image, but after seeing Scream 5 and 6, and yeah, that made me appreciate those movies and made me want to go back to those other films. I still don't know how I feel about Scream 7, but, as we get closer, maybe we'll see. But yeah, this franchise is one I've grown to love, because, again, when the requel came out, or I'll just call it Scream 5. When Scream 5 came out, and then following the next year was 6, it made me appreciate those movies and made me go, why did I hate them to begin with? So yeah, Scream is a franchise I have come to love. Next up at number 7, Hellraiser. Hellraiser is a franchise that doesn't have a lot of good movies. Like, really, the only ones I can count on my finger that I really do like watching are the first 3, I can count, are the first 3 movies and the remake. The others are just kind of, like, Bloodlines I can maybe watch, but still it's bad. The reason why I put it so high, and I really thought about it, is because I love the aesthetic of Clive Barker's Hell. I really like it, and Pinhead is such a striking character. The Cenobites are always awesome, and I love the lore of this universe. I really do enjoy the lore of the Scream franchise. I think it's solid. I think it's imaginative, and yeah. My girlfriend said it best, where she said, it's the only group of killers that need your consent to kill you. And I thought about it, I was like, yeah, that is true. Like, huh. So yeah, Hellraiser, it's like, even though there are a lot more bad to good movies, the aesthetic and the lore are what really kind of like bring it home for me as a franchise. Next up at number 6, Friday the 13th. This is a franchise where I have a lot of good movies, and a lot, like, even the bad movies can be fun, except give or take a few. But Jason's such a striking character, and it's just good to see Jason back after Sweet Revenge, and hopefully Crystal Lake picks up the pace, but I just want a full-ass movie, man. Hopefully at Halloween Horror Nights we'll get we'll get more of a taste of Jason universe. It's just good to finally see him again, because Jason's one of those tenets of horror. Whether you like him or hate him, horror does he is horror royalty for a reason. But yeah. All the films I love a majority of the films, I should say, and Jason is a character it's just for me, the Friday the 13th films are basically you don't have to go deep with them. You don't have to do like other horror films. You can make the argument of doing like something deep and metatextual and shit like that. Friday the 13th is basic. Like, sometimes you just want to eat fast food. And that's what the Friday the 13th films on a whole, for me, at least, are, well, fast food. So, yeah. At number 5, Nightmare on Elm Street. Jason's getting off the bench, and Freddy's still, like, just sitting there, like... Even the fucking fisherman from I Know What You Did Last Summer got up. I'm left behind. But Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy is one of the goats of slashers. Let's all be real. He is one of the... goats of horror without question. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Freddy has one of the most unique abilities ever, one of the most imaginative killers of all time, and just downright fun. Like, Freddy, that's another thing, is that Freddy is just a fun character, and I can't see it any other way. So, yeah, Freddy, absolutely. Next up... This is where I took, excuse me, this is where I took 2 franchises, because they're connected, and I was going to put them separate, but I was like, you know what, they're kind of intertwined, so I will just say fuck it and put them together, and that's the Alien and Predator franchises. The Alien and Predator franchises are like the staple of sci-fi horror. Like, when you think science fiction horror, Alien and Predator have their DNA in most of that. The Predator franchise is a great action horror series that has been now, it went through the ringer by the end. Same with Alien. And now Alien and Predator are now coming back. I may have a lot of problems with Disney on a whole as of late, but like, one of the things they're getting right are the Fox properties, including Planet of the Apes. So it's good to see, like, again, Killer of Killers, Alien Earth, Predator Badlands, and I'm pretty goddamn sure we're getting AVP very soon. But yeah, these 2 franchises were like the tenets of science fiction horror. I love the lore of Alien and Predator, and I love everything about it. I love I love the physiology. I love the deep stuff to it. The universes, yeah. So at number 3, the Halloween franchise. The Halloween franchise is an absolute baller when it comes to horror. There are some bad movies in there, but for the most part, there is enough good in these films that I really enjoy. And Michael himself is a goddamn force of nature. Like, you cannot tell me otherwise. Michael is my favorite slasher and brutal all on his own. So yeah. Next up, we have an entire universe, and that is the Universal Monsters franchise. I decided to link them all together because it's like Alien and Predator. It's a shared universe. I absolutely adore it. There are some bad movies, but for the whole, it's really good. I think what really brings the Universal Monsters to a whole, for me at least, is the fact that you can do so much with them. And they've had such an extensive history, and they are the golden age of horror. Like, if without them, we probably wouldn't have a shared universe. We probably wouldn't have horror movies the way we do now. It's impossible to not have, talk about horror films without talking about those films. So, yeah. And finally, at number 1, my favorite horror franchise of all time is, I can just sum it up with one word, groovy. Yep, the Evil Dead franchise. A lot of these films are basically like, I love them all, but they have their flaws. There are some bad movies. There's not a single bad movie in the Evil Dead franchise. It's fun, it's gory, it's brutal, and some of the best just thrills ever. Like, it's the most entertaining horror franchise, in my opinion, of all time. So I'm excited for Evil Dead Burn. And again, in my opinion, there hasn't been a bad Evil Dead movie ever. Yeah. So there you go, guys. That's pretty much my top 10 favorite horror movie franchises. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what are your top 10 favorite horror movie franchises? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.